Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Distant Worlds Honorverse episode number 41. We've gone pretty far in this series. I don't think we've gotten all that far in the game for 40 series. We're averaging only about a year per episode, which is a little bit on the slow side. And that's kind of how I play in all my series. But here we are. We finally reached the interesting thing, which means that probably the clock will slow down even more per episode. We're at war with the Havenites, and we're on the brink of war with the Solarians. I don't think the Solarians are going to do anything, considering they're already at war with the Graysons, but we will have to kind of protect ourselves from the Havenites. So I was doing a little bit of thinking about how to approach what should be our strategy for this war. Now, since I'm the closest person at war with the Havenites, I guess the Protector of Grayson is also close, but I feel like the AI tends to focus on the human players. In my previous gameplays, maybe it's obviously an observational bias. When you're being attacked a lot, you pay very close attention to that, and you might not even pay attention, you might not even notice when someone else is being attacked. So, observation bias aside, I think it's still true that the AI focuses more on the human. So what we need to do is be ready. So my initial idea was pool everybody in our little colony here, including... I'm thinking of swapping out my cruisers, my defense destroyers, for a few cruisers at key locations, just the key colonies. And we already have at least some ground resistance, and the ports, the medium ports themselves will stand. All the small colonies are just going to have to fend for themselves. They won't have any troops or anything. So what I've decided to do is rally all the forces to our distant colony here, which is kind of a bold move, but with the Havenites at war with so many people right now, I may also keep a big defense force of light cruisers, either or probably both in Halmat and Sacrea, and I'll obviously always keep forces in Kiadia, in Docian, and Gyonices, because these are my three most important areas in terms of colonies. I guess Halmat's also really high up there in terms of colonies. In fact, it is fourth. So it's actually more than Lehan. But I'll probably garrison these four systems indefinitely with a good defense force. But I'm not sure I'll actually give an individual defense force for everybody in Kiadia. That's one of the focuses of my research. So I know it's been a long time since the last video. Let me just do my brief, 5-minute recap of everything, how things are going. Which probably makes more sense if I keep my videos about 40 minutes instead of 20, 25. So we'll try to keep this one between 30, 35, maybe even 40, as I like to do. Then it makes sense to actually review. If your video is half review, it doesn't make sense, right? But if it's only, 10% review, it's probably okay. So in advance, in our weapons, we've gone down to the non-weapons, the troops categories. And I think, considering we're not going to war with the Solarians, I'm actually going to hold off on our new design. What I plan to do is something like this. It's going to be a little bit weird, but I'm going to sacrifice all my destroyers, just lob them totally at the Havenites, and I want to do conquest. Okay, so let's do things in a stepwise manner. First, my strategy against the Havenites. Second, how we will do that, including research. And then third, actually getting into play. My strategy against the Havenites, I already mentioned, was putting all my forces here, but why? I want to do incursions into... I want to leave some forces here, because we've already seen that they have some kind of beef with this area, so I expect a repeat attack. I don't know, how are they doing on forces? Wow, 25,000, so they are very well equipped. I want to go over and take, if you remember from last episode, they have this really juicy 92% quality continental moon, and I just really, really want that colony. I really want it. I also feel like we should take the Exol colony. I don't remember, what was this one? Was it 80%. They have a good colony here, an 80% colony for us to take. I'd like to get these outliers. And then the pirates have formed a colony here. That's unusual, because they've taken this place over. That's fine. 55%. They're only doing it for the runes, which is Development bonus doesn't really help that much. Anyways, I'd like to get these 2 colonies, and then I'd like to start working the perimeter of Havenite for some colonies. Let's take a look at Abana. 74%. Nah, probably. I mean, it's still not a terrible acquisition, but it's not something we need to gun for. What does Omgol have? Because I'd like to work left to right, of course. 76%. Looks like the Silesians actually have a force in here, and they are at war with each other, so that's a risky man being in there. I don't know how well defended their construction ships are. They might be very well defended. Here we go, the 77%. What do we have here? We have 75%. Secura is going to have some stuff for sure. Their home is Kalamar, so this is not their home, but 77%, that's not that great. 92%, perfect. Okay, so here's our target. Kiralea. In order to take Kiralea, I think it only makes sense to take Abana. And we're going to have a lot of pressure, unfortunately, from Secura, because they will exert their influence on my colony, and then my people who are there, who will be... Yeah, it's weird. It says Secura. This should be a Securan system, but no, it's Lucan. But is Kiralea? Is it Slucan? Best we know, yes. The Biscarans I'm okay with, but the Slukans not as much, because they're going to want to revolt against us every time we're at war with the Havenites, which will probably be basically on and off for the rest of the game. So I'd really like to get my own forces there, which we will be able to do. Okay, continental planet, of course it favors Kiadians, Securans will go there. Anyway, this will be a priority. So we'll pinpoint Kiralea as a priority. It'll put us in the middle of Graysun. It would basically isolate Abana. If we didn't take it, it would probably be... it'd be a difficult colony for them to control anyway. Actually, they'd still have the space lanes through Secura. Not that space lanes are really a thing in this game. You can just travel. The only thing you can't really do is if a line goes directly through a system like this. See how this goes through Kamiri? That's actually potentially problematic because you can put gravity field disruptors. I forgot. That's something like that. Warp drive disruptors? Is that the name of them in this game? But basically it stops people's hyperdrives. And so if you go actually directly through a system, this will prevent travel between these two. And you can destroy the ships as they appear. Just put a big defensive installation. Those are usually targeted pretty quickly by enemy militaries. But if you just put big defenses around it, then it becomes a nice choke point. Anyway, I think that's the main thing. We are not going to try to take Kalamar unless things go really well. I suspect we won't. They have a 93% marshy swamp. This is probably their home. No, it's not. Actually, they got incredibly lucky with their home system. My goodness, they have 390% planets themselves. 490. What the hell? My God. I did not realize this. Of course, I don't know why I didn't ever look, but they have 490% plus planets in one system. That is unreal. Yeah. Okay, so wow. God, that's really amazing. Which means when we go in, we want to go in big. When we actually start taking the Havenites, we want to go and make sure we occupy those with just ungodly amounts of troops and then force a peace directly afterwards. It's always hard to get the person's home system, but even if we got 3 planets in there, I don't know if I've ever conquered a system. I mean, it's just funny how I don't know if this has ever come up somehow, but I don't know if I've ever conquered a system where I took one planet and I left some of the other planets in enemy control. And then we had peace. I think I've always fought them. Maybe they won't even accept a peace if there's like a divided system. But it's, it's possible. It's conceivable. We could give, in a Sol-like system, somebody else could own Mars. But all right, so we spent enough time reviewing things, right? Let me just go into how we're going to back up this plan. I'm not going to build new ships yet because I think even though they're at 25,000 and I'm at, what, like 8,000? Yeah, 8,500. I think we're still okay on ships. The destroyers should be enough just because the Silesians... the Silesians are at war, but what I wanted to say was the Havenites are at war with basically everyone. The best strategy for us, I think, is going to be to focus on ground troops so that we can conquer their systems. we're just going to be turning our destroyers in, scrapping them, whatever, losing them, but this is all just fine. We are absolutely okay with losing them because they're a little outdated now. Anyway, same way we were trying to get rid of the frigates for ages, and we ultimately just had to scrap them. But now we're going to move into troop defense. Troop defense, but also the troop defense is only my focus because that will free up all the units we currently have on planetary defense for offensives. And planetary defensive units are much better at planetary defense, as their name implies. So that's the goal. I don't care as much about getting all this stuff, even though I crash research this. In fact, after I get this, the main thing for me is to get better hyperdrives, because this allows me to do very quick responses. So the age-old question is, how many things do we have queued up? We only have 2. It doesn't make sense to stop here and jump to hyperdrive research, so we'll do this one, and then we're going to go down to, I want, even though they're the worst of all of these, the fast hyperdrives. So it looks like we'll go with efficient hyperdrives because those have a wind-up time of 11, which is still slightly better than other ones. I kind of want the fast hyperdrives though, because this will allow intra-system jumps. That's the main focus for me, is intra-system jumps. How much worse are they though? 16,550. Yikes. Well, 16,550 and then 90. They're much worse in terms of energy usage. 5 seconds though is very quick. Alright, we'd be at 13 or maybe 12 here. We can get to 11 here if we do efficient jump usage, which is probably good. Let's do this because then we can slap this on our civilian ships. And I have never done the math here. I don't know why. It's just such an obvious thing to question. Is it better to do very efficient jump engines for my civilian economy? So this is 36, oh god, 105, this is going to make it so easy. So probably it's better to use these end ones just because look at that jump initiation, 4 seconds. But, oh, it's actually 3 seconds on this. So that kind of tells me everything I need to know. If the jump time on this in its specialization is actually better than the unified one, that means probably the energy efficiency here is better than the energy efficiency here. This is going to be easy. Per speed, we have 360. I mean, I'm rounding a little bit, obviously, but this is energy usage about 100, speed about 36,000, which means about 360 speed per energy versus 360. It's actually going to be slightly less speed per energy usage, I think, because if we just this is 3/4 of 100, so if we just do 4/3, we just do 33% more. That's going to get us to like 29,000 versus 36,000. Okay, so it's still slightly better in terms of energy usage to actually use this. So I guess the instant jump initiation is, yeah, it's the only one that has any characteristic which is better than the unified hyperdrive. Interesting. I never looked at any of this, but there we go. So technically, if you want the fastest jump time for like a quick intra-system jump team, you should use this instead of this. But I've never done that. Of course, once you get this, you just give everyone this usually. But I was considering maybe the civilians. I'm still thinking of maybe only giving the civilians this because one, the jump time, 10 seconds doesn't really matter. When it comes down to jumping late in the game, the enemy is either going to have jump inhibitors or they're going to have tractor beams. They're going to have things which are going to kill civilian ships. The jump initiation really doesn't matter anymore. And they do have a lower energy usage, which means that we have to put less reactors on our ships. Although we are only going to need 1 reactor for civilian ships because our reactors have actually gotten much, much better. So we're eventually going to get this technology, which means 175, which is way more than 105. So yeah, we're good. Okay, so never mind. Disregard this entire conversation. Actually, I mean, it was kind of interesting to do the math, but ultimately it comes out that we will just continue to use this for everyone. So what does that put us here? I guess we will use efficient hyperdrives as our first go-to. And then we'll probably do, I don't think high speed is as important. Yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then this. Did I miss one? Oh god, we need hyper jump inhibiting. Well, speak of the devil. That is a lot of technology we have to get through in order to Actually, I think we'll do this. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we'll get this. All right, that's a lot of technology that we're going to be burdened with up here, which means we aren't going to be doing anything down here, but I think that's okay. We already got to multi-vector, which just improves. That's our end game turning one already. We're quite a little bit behind on engines, but it's not as important as it seems just because the way you control your ships, the way ships are controlled, their AI isn't good enough to take advantage of the engines as much as they should. Just because of the turning rate, it's not quick enough, so they don't account for their own momentum moving in, and it doesn't end up being as important as you'd think, basically, because ships will face each other, and then if you have one that's trying to outrange the other, they have to very slowly turn away, and all that time the other ship is closing, so usually you have short-range engagements, which is why another reason why I prefer lasers, because it's very hard to have a long-range engagement. The only thing you can do is build very close-range tanks that just have a lot of armor, a lot of shields, and of course beams on them because they're short-range fighters. And then you can try to build some carriers which stay completely in the background, but you need to jump them in separate. Otherwise they'll probably still get exposed to combat. Alright, that was a lot. Much ado about nothing. So, let's unpause. And then pause immediately because I need to give orders over here. I just want all my fleets to regroup back at these planets. So we have all of these. On call is one kind of silly one. Oh, yeah. Actually, I do want to pause because what we're going to do is something dramatic. I have Strike Bravo, which has 2 people on board. Oh, that's a mistake. Well, we only need one of these guys. And I guess we'll take... Okay, it completely doesn't matter. Strike Charlie has 1... This is a mistake. Okay, so it looks like I did get this switched over to light cruisers, this one as well. Good, so let's look at Alerthus. Is Alerthus a place that we actually need a defense? Not anymore. We are pretty happy with this legions right now, so we are going to evacuate. Well, evacuate I guess isn't the right word. We're going to reposition our defensive Alerthus fleet. They are no longer going to be needed there. We're going to have them move all the way over. Well, I'm just going to have them move to this planet. And I want to call these guys something else. Not quick reaction fleet. No. Not quick reaction fleet because those guys have already done their quick reactions. But let's call these guys reserve. They're kind of reserve fleets. Yeah, we'll just call them Reserve 01. That's fine. Okay, good. So the Reserve 01 is on its way. They'll probably have to pick up fuel somewhere along the way, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. We'll get it all sorted out. Okay, no, let's not be silly. Let's have them refuel at... Where's my main... Is this my main refueling place? No, that's a resort base. This gas mining station, I think, is the one we can use. Let's check its supply. Caslon, well, is a bit low. Only 3,000 available. This is why you gotta have a lot of gas stations. Alright, this looks more promising. Or luxury. Or, my god. We don't have a... Huh. I thought Wokar had something else, but... It does have Caslon. Are we sure that this... We don't have... Oh, that's the Caslon one. We're not mining from it. Yep. Okay, fair enough. Wokar does not have what we want. Maxis does, but kind of in low supply. Sacrea, what's your situation? No, you're just a colony. Just a young colony. Should have done this off camera. I apologize. I think we can still use this Maxis one, but I think I've also seen a lot of fleets jumping in there, using it. Okay, what about here? Nothing else. Nope. My god. Gas mining station. This could be it. This could be the one. What's your storage like? Oh, you are a gas mining station, but not of Caslon. Okay, fair enough. You, what's your story? There we go. 13,000. Here we go. Garrus. My hero. So let's get Reserve 01 to refuel at Garrus. Probably a more efficient way I could have done this, but that's fine. Okay, we'll do that, and then I'm actually going to queue their next mission, just so I don't have to think about them until they arrive. We'll queue their next mission to be here. Oh, looks like I am apparently unpaused. That's fine too. Alright, good. So Reserve 01 has been pulled up. Defense no longer. Defense Eclipsa sounds like another great example. I just want to make sure their shields... Yeah, the shields are completely up. Okay, so Defense Eclipsa is also going to be called off. You're already in good shape. We don't need to refuel you, so let's just call you Reserve 02. And get you to move here. Okay, very good. Who's next? Gyneces will stay. Griffin will stay. Halmat will stay. Lahan will stay. Nantaray does not stay. This is a small spaceport. Yeah, it is. And this is actually a pretty, 50%. Yeah, you can go away. I don't care about losing Nantaray whatsoever. So let's get you out of here. Let's call you. And probably what I'll do is I'll combine all these reserve fleets into one big fleet when they all arrive. But for now, just to make things simple, we'll just get them moving. Okay, that's done. Yeah, Venari is on the border. It's a small, okay. If it's a small, then we'll take it. And how's your fuel situation? Looks good. So we'll just send you there immediately as well. Okay, and just call you something else. Reserve 04. Very good. And who do we have? Anybody else? Let's just wait for it to update, but I think that's everybody. Okay, good. Now, what's our situation here? I want to organize some people into some fleets. Let's just make sure that nobody's actually... Okay, well, I do want this to refresh. There it is. Perfect timing. So, QRF1, let's have you guys refuel here. Can you guys refuel at the planet? That's what I prefer. Okay, 2, you guys will also refuel here. This is only... I don't think they'll actually be able to... Okay, good. We have our first ship who is injured. Where are you? Here, fine. Stay there. Stop. We need... Where are our construction ships? Let's take a look. 3 all there. 4 is there. Aha! 5 is here. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. So 5 is here, right smack in the middle. Let's get Daunting Discovery to go join. We'll have her refuel here. And then when she's done, she'll give me an order, and we'll have Chiara Adventure. We're going to send a whole bunch of ships out with this fleet to help with the repairs. And if need be, to help with scrapping. If a ship is like seriously decimated, I'm just going to scrap them. I mean at my construction ships. Speaking of which, how is this one? Four damage. Yeah, I mean, this is just armor, if I'm not mistaken, unless they had... Oh... Yeah, just armor. That's completely okay. Absolutely not worth destroying that ship. And what is going on here? Why are you guys going over here? Isn't that already done? We already destroyed that. Okay. So, QRF3, next up. Didn't get orders yet. We'll have you refuel here, I guess. We'll split them up 50-50. I don't know what the fuel supply is here. Let's take a look. It's quite good. 44,000 right now. So we'll have 3 and 4 refuel here. Again, this is mainly to clump my forces up. Now we have this 27th fleet, which I'm going to rearrange a bit. Let's have... I think I'm going to take my CLs out of here. Okay, first of all, let's just get this group to refuel at Kalnatu 6. But I think after that, I'm going to actually have these guys, the light cruisers, warp out. We also have one other ship on call. Yeah. So on call, what's our fuel situation at here? 7,000. And we have 6,300 reserve. Right. So definitely go here. Refuel here. Very good. All right, so we're divvying up the orders here. That'll get everyone to ball up a little bit more, which is good. Because we're kind of spread all over the place. We do have some Silesians down here. Don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're refueling. Ah, this is my planet. Forgot about that. I highly doubt we have enough fuel resources to... no. Yeah, it's going to have 2,000 left. But thank God we do have plenty of fuel resources on 6. Who, by the way, is a very weak. Man, their shields took a pounding. Okay, attack from pirates. This is that pirate system, Aquarius. So Aquarius is really the last... I think this is the last real pirate stronghold in the galaxy. I'd like to imagine that in like a role-playing sense. It's really interesting. I love how this game, Distant Worlds, just does such a good job giving you stories to create in your head. So hopefully this medium freighter gets out of there, but I mean, if not, then it's not that big of a deal. I didn't actually accelerate any research. I think I'm going to be saving my money. I wanted to do this. For me, I think income is more important than happiness. And happiness is probably more important than this one, but we're already there. So I'm just going to do this and then do this. So 6, 7, very good. So 1, we have 1 we're doing in between. Which one is that? Oh, I'm going to do slightly better combat targeting because we're going to be at a lot of wars. That seems fair enough. Very good. So let's speed it up to 1x. Which is quite fast when you're at war. Take it from me. Okay, so our groups are now all bundling up, which is what I like to see. Except for this guy. We have construction ships here, supposedly. Where are you? I saw you. There. Go repair this guy. There's plenty of other ships you can repair, but just start with him. Very good. Okay, so now we'll go back to this fleet. This is the one where we will probably start getting... I think what I'll do is this. I'm going to detach... I'm just going to remember this. So, Tribal 012 and Tribal 016 are now free. And 27th is going to go... You don't need to refuel anymore. You can... Well, just stick around for a little bit, but basically the 2 ships that I now have free are going to be added to any other, like maybe this on-call. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. Let's add them here. So... Military ships. Without a fleet. Both of these guys are going to be added to on-call 8. There it is. Now on call 8. Refuel together here. All the organization is done. Fantastic. Oh, we completed high energy. Oh, good. So we're actually on to advanced shields, which is still exciting, even though, yeah, the majority of work we now have to do is with hyperdrives. So, okay, fair enough. And we got our construction ship out there, which is good. And plenty of construction ships inbound. I don't even know how many other ships need... Okay, who's this? Probably one of these guys. My god, you just refueled. These guys. So you can see that we have evaporated the entire supply of Kazlon here. I'm sure we've done the same over here. We're not very well distributed. I know that this one has the medium... Oh no, this is a small port too, but... Shields are a little bit better. What's our populations here? We have 136 here, and we have 540. So that does mean that the higher priority for defense is going to be the right side. So we'll move one other fleet over there. Actually, I'm going to give them the order once they jump, at least, to move to the station. Okay, I probably can't. Oh, look at this. Some tourists are arriving on a passenger liner. Yeah. Got a profit. What are you? Oh, you're done repairing. Okay, well, who's next? Really? We're doing that well. Wow, we only had one? That's incredible. Okay, well, let's just move you to the planet now. You can hold up there for a while. We have a shortage of Castlon in this area, which means, obviously, one, we could go and refuel somewhere else. But our private economy should be smart enough to start reworking some of those supplies back over. It does mean that maybe off camera, okay, a note to myself, I'll have to write this down or something. I need to get a few more gas mining stations up. So, and then I'll probably try to write them down on a notepad or something for myself so I know which ones I can rotate in. Gas mining areas. Okay. Colony ship requires refueling. That's just fine. Okay, somebody is attacked from the pirate stronghold. Very interesting. Will they get out of there in time? Maybe. Okay, please accept a gift. And somebody's completed their mission. Ooh, 138 credits. You shouldn't be so generous. Probably it's time for us to check on diplomacy. See if there's any things that we can give, or how much money do you have? Oh, not that much. And nothing cheap I can give you. Okay, goodbye. Protector of Grey Sun. I'd be happy to bestow whatever research. Oh, what the hell? Daddy like. Where did they get all this from? Hell, faster jump. What the hell? This is amazing. Okay, let's start with hyper jump inhibiting because that's something like semi-reasonable. Let's just do a complete tech trade with them. So we're giving them 4 million with the stuff. I prefer, obviously... Oh, this is actually kind of good. 3 million. I want to give them everything we have. Oh, I actually want to give them some of this stuff because if they get it, they'll probably leak it. I think that's okay. These are not the top-end shield. These are the improvements. Okay, I'm not going to give them this. Which takes us down, of course, to only 2.6, 2.7. Is there anything else I can offer them? And they have actually quite a lot of money, which I would prefer to their technology even, because I would much rather crash research my own stuff. Okay, so we need something which is 800,000 or less. I see crew systems, proximity. Or I could just go shipboarding. No, it's not really worth it. Honest to God, man, this is the best thing for us is fast highway. It's difficult though. I mean, this is actually research we need. Okay, well, let's do it this way. Let's take off this. And let's see, will they accept? They did. Okay, good. That's good. So we got a little bit more money. And that's just going to give us enough money to crash research. That's a little too much. What about this? How much do you cost? 500. And this goes really slow, though. Oh, boy. Well, we'll sit on our money for a moment. And we should be freeing up some more money as soon as we lose some of our destroyers. I don't think that ship made it. Doesn't look like they did. Okay, good. So let's keep pushing. Going up to 2x even. Why don't you just move to the planet? Just so you're... Where's the rest of your fleet? 2's over here, buddy. Why don't you move and join the rest of your fleet? Okay. Oh, the spaceport just finished. I didn't realize that. Okay, very interesting. Okay, good. So things are looking good. And I forgot to give orders to my... Okay, we need... In order for this plan to work, we need... You have to go to Kiadia. I'm going to start recruiting some more at Manticore. You got to go load troops from Manticore. Manticore, in the meantime, is going to do a little adjustment of her garrison troops. Alright, we're going to ungarrison 3 of these so they can be taken, and we're going to recruit 3 more, and we're going to garrison those. So we have one that's still full strength that'll be here, but the rest are going to be taken off. Good. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to have them take all 4. So we're going to ungarrison this one. Very good. Okay, pause. Oh. How big? 17. Okay, so we have an enemy fleet arriving, and we are deathballed up, and we just got this station online, so this is good. We can do this combat. We can give you guys something to actually watch these days. Let's slow down a lot. Okay. Where's your fleet? Oh my. 97, 360. I think we have the edge. 360, 72. Not in terms of 1-to-1, but I think overall. Alright. Yeah, this is a lot of ships. And we also have our 27 fleet here, who we will have go after the carrier. Okay, that is what 27 fleet is going to do. They're going to go after the carrier. Do they have more than one? They do. This looks like it's... Oh, a troop transport. My god. Well, we don't want that thing getting anywhere near us. So who are you? What? On call 8? So on call 8 is going to be in charge of shooting down... I don't want... Yeah, troop transport. Yep, that's the one I want. Okay, good. Then we'll just probably give... Ooh, wow. Oh, this is a troop transport as well. We'll go shoot that down. Just force them out. Alright, let's just see what happens here. Oh, we're also going to be... Obviously, all our forces here are going to redeploy, I imagine. They should be already reacting, in fact. Just going to have them move. They'll start doing their own thing. Why are we not attacking? My god. What are you guys doing? Are you just, like, very slow to get out of the gate? What in God's name are you doing? Just attack somebody, for crying out loud. We definitely have to watch out for those carriers. Alright. All our fleet is moving now. Very good. It took them a little while to update their orders. I think the Havenites have realized they made a big mistake. And we can kind of let our fleets just chase. Okay. The Silesians have made a secret deal with a pirate faction, the Menacing Sun Buccaneers, to attack the ships of the Havenite. Okay, of course we don't want to tell people about this. We absolutely like that this is happening. No, we don't want to tell the Havenites. No, keep that information to ourselves. Here comes the reinforcement, so we should slaughter this. Good. Good. Yeah, we've kind of trapped this forces in the north as well. And these guys are going in. Oh my god, they're just destroying this spaceport, though. Functional for all of like 2 days before it got decimated. Very unfortunate, but we do have plenty of ships. Are these destroyers? Just want to make sure there's no troop transports getting close. These cruisers are somewhat threatening, but what do we have? Troops transport here is actually taking a pounding. Very good. Get this one to go against that guy. Okay, good. Looks like we're just rounding out the stragglers now. How are we doing in terms of damage? Just 2 ships damaged so far. Keep going. Attack. Huh. We lost them to the Menacing Sun Buccaneers. Well, you win some, you lose some. Oh, God. The Hagraru. Oh, no. Very bad. Well, what a great timing. What amazing timing we have. Reserve and third just arrived. Like, oh my god, Reserve 4 arrived as well? 2, 3, and 4 all at the same time? What amazing timing. So we actually need to get some of these guys to jump over and help. It looks like they're going to be needed at Hograru now. How's this fleet doing? They're doing really well. We'll probably actually need them to help with carriers, so we'll move them over as well. Let's leave. We'll take QRF over here as well, and then whoever's left over there, we'll just finish those guys off. Now this is still too many. We'll take QRF2 as well. Okay, they are inbound, which means we probably can see them. They're very close. We'll see them any moment now. And we don't need really any ships over here. I'm even going to move QRF1. Okay, move over here. Except for you. You are from QRF4. You are going to be scrapped. What? Oh, okay. Finally destroyed that ship. Yeah, everyone is moving. Good. We got to get the jump on them. They're almost here. Tuck in, boys. Tuck in nice and tight. And that's a lot of ships that appear to be moving back the right way. You don't have any orders yet. Okay, so I'm just going to have the ships which are damaged leave. Shouldn't have any damaged ones here. So you are still in one, so leave. And you are... Nope, part of no fleet. Good. Now all we want is all the fleets here to move over here. Good. They're already doing that. They are looking for QRF4. Yeah, this is the one I haven't given the order to yet. You know what? I'll have QRF4 actually move to the planet because I don't think I have anybody left here. So we will want somebody there. Good. Okay, so... Wow. Where is our construction ship here? Got it, Prophet. Okay, move over here. Your first order of business is to repair this station. Oh, I don't have to worry about repairing it. It gets repaired by the planet, of course. So your next order of business is to move to this ship and it'll be scrapped. Plus you need to get out of here because we're about to be attacked anyway. Very interesting. I don't know where their fleet went. Did they call it off? Or am I just moving too slow to really notice? I'm pretty happy I left at least one group over here, though. Seems like a very sensible decision. Okay, it did say on its way to Hograru. Yeah. What is the ETA? We need to know. We don't really. We're in pretty good shape already. Alright, so just move here. Move to that ship. And we wait. I don't think that attack is actually coming. I think they've been rerouted. Okay, so I guess we'll just call this video to a close here. It's been 43 minutes, a little bit over. A little bit disappointing that they didn't arrive. The Havenites, I checked, I think we're at 20... They were like at 25,800, so they haven't done... we haven't done really anything to them, sadly. We probably should just do crash research in this, because that'll save us money even. I mean, not a whole lot. That reduces our population, I mean, not population, the cost of each individual soldier. So troop maintenance will drop by a little. It's not a huge thing already, so yeah. Yeah, too bad they didn't come. So I guess we'll just put a cut in here. Next episode, I wanted to get what I was trying to do. I got a bit distracted by this, many things, but I also got distracted by just that big battle was kind of a big distraction. I'm gonna have all my troop ships move over here. Now that they've loaded, this is loading at Manticore, and they have another 3. So we're gonna have 3 plus 3, and then 4 should be collected from Manticore, which means we'll have 10 troops, which we're going to use to invade the various colonies we end up attacking. So maybe I'll do a little bit of fleet management off camera. I'll definitely pause and save and come back in if we get actually jumped by the Havenites, but maybe they have reconsidered based on the warm welcome that their first fleet received. So that's going to do it for me. I am definitely going to keep pushing on with this series, and I really want to try to get at least one out a week. The goal is still 2. I know that's surprising because it's been over a week since my last one, but I'm like sincerely not giving up on this series, so we'll keep pushing through with it. But until the next episode, whenever that may be, thanks for watching and take care.